All right, we are live on this beautiful Thursday fall morning on the Smart
All right.
Office. Hey, Candy, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How about you, Delilah?
I am great. I'm so happy that we are back.
Yeah.
But
Seems like forever since we've been online.
Yeah, right. It has. I am going to go ahead and share this out to all of our author groups and friends and get them on, and we can help some people today.
All right.
Yes, I'm excited for today. Why don't you tell them what we're doing today, Candy?
Today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be addressing some of the questions that have come into us while we've been gone on the website and through our talking to different authors. In particular, we're going to be talking about critiques and criticisms and editing and how to deal with all of that, as well as a related topic, which is talking about getting reviews and why you need reviews, or if you need reviews, and how to go about doing that. So we're going to kind of have a lot of fun talking about the writing side and the marketing side of getting your book published.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
It's always great when we're together having fun, Delilah.
Oh, yeah. So I've got my task complete of sharing this out. And let's see, we'll get some people on today. If you guys are just coming on, you're just now watching the replay, make sure you give us a hashtag replay. Yeah, we got some people on already. Hey, good morning. Let us know where you're from and what's your name, and if you guys have questions, this is the day to ask them in regards to marketing, publishing, and etc. in the author book world. So yeah, we got some exciting things for you guys today, as we already have some questions, and I know that we're going to get some great authors on who have their own questions to ask. So let's got anything else? Oh, let's tell them why we haven't been on for so long.
Yeah, let's give them all the gossip.
Let's give them some gossip while we're waiting for people to join us. We're going up to like 3 to 6, so I'm gonna let y'all decide if y'all want to stay on. But
yep, I know. So, well, first of all, we both live in North Carolina, and anyone who's been watching any kind of news probably realizes that we've been hit by a couple of hurricanes lately. Oh, yeah. So that really impacted both of us. I am actually in the Wilmington area, so we were pretty much ground central, and we're both doing fine, but it's still a lot of recovery going on all over the state.
Exactly.
Which has largely contributed to our not being online here. Not so much perhaps because we couldn't, but it just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Too many other things going on. Delilah, right. And then you also have some things happening, Delilah.
Oh yeah, I was actually down in Florida. They phoned me in on a project for about 6-7 days, and that on Thursday of that day, I was having so much confusion with my rental car that made me miss being able to be with you guys last Thursday. So luckily, I'm able to be here today. Before I ever travel again, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to use a travel agent. That was hard.
Yep, you are. That's a tough one. All right. So we just wanted to say to everyone out there that we're really happy to be back and looking forward to continuing to help lots of people. With your book publishing.
Yes. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for. And the whole goal is to serve as many authors as we can and to help them to, get in their journey and navigate their journey correctly and save money and time at the end, So
yeah, answer your question. It's such a complicated, it's not a hard process, but there are so many steps, and it's so confusing when someone has not been through it. And it's also confusing when you've been through it, because all of a sudden somebody like Amazon just changes all the rules by doing away with one of their biggest printing arms. So
exactly. And then Facebook comes along and changes the algorithm.
Exactly.
Steals your pages. So yeah. With that being said, I think we can start with what we received, the questions we received on the website. And I want to encourage everybody who is watching that if you have questions, you can post them below. Or if you would like to come on live with us today, I can send you a link and you can join us live. If not, that's cool too. Just post them below.
That comment, we'll see it. One of us will see it.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on who's talking.
All right. So I'm going to bring up the first question here. And let's get it out here. And it was this one. Criticism versus critique.
Yes, criticism versus critique. I love that this question came in. It's one that I answer, I won't say every day, certainly even every day, every month, or even once a year, but I do answer it on a regular basis because one of the unique features of writing is that pretty much anyone can do it, and pretty much everyone thinks they know the best way to do it. Mm-hmm. So it's really a challenge sometimes to understand what the difference is between giving someone a criticism and giving someone a critique. And that was the question that came in. It was from a young woman who I understood exactly what she was talking about. She had sent her manuscript to her sister to look at it, to read it, and asked her for a critique. Well, the sister came back with what was not a critique. It was definitely a criticism. The criticism happens when you attack the work or attack the person. Okay, a critique is given in a mode for helping, obviously, but a critique is actually given in such a way that it's meant to offer suggestions rather than say, this is what it should be. Do you understand the difference there, Delilah?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, one's more caring, and the other's just like, ew, like this really is not good. But instead of, telling you how you can improve, they're just being like, it sucks, throw it in the trash, burn it,
Yeah. And the young woman who was asking the question, her relationship with her sister was actually damaged because they had such a huge argument over this critique that they stopped speaking to each other. So she was really, really concerned and frustrated and wanted to know how to make it better. Now, we're not going to go into how to make that better. That's a different topic altogether. But I really want to help readers and writers and those who don't write understand how to give constructive critique. I don't mean constructive criticism, because criticism is criticism no matter what, in my view. A constructive critique, however, is something that's completely different. Okay.
So my question I would like to ask, is for the viewers, is have you guys asked somebody to give you a critique on your work, and what did you get back? Was it criticism? Was it Jesus, what was the word? Was it constructive criticism, or was it just something that maybe that it was really negative and put you into a negative space? I'd like to know if anybody has ever had that situation happen to them, and maybe what their opinion is on that. That would be great.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from our listeners now. Absolutely. Absolutely true. One of the first things that you need to do when you choose to be a writer and to make your writing public, no matter what kind of writing it is you need to grow a thick skin. Because you are not going to please everyone. Some people will like what you write, some people will not. So you have to take the critique that comes back to you, the information that comes back to you as a writer. You have to learn how to back away from the personal, the emotion. Now, that's not easy to do, and I completely understand that. I am a writer. it's like you have to step aside and read your work, read their comments or hear their comments as an outsider, someone looking at your work, and recognize that maybe if you're getting a negative feedback, a lot of negative feedback, it might just be that you're missing the mark in some way. Now, yeah, and that's important. You as a writer have to look at that, and you're the only one. This is the most important thing. You are the only one who can say whether that's true or not. As a writer, when someone is giving you critique, take all of it with a grain of sand. Remember, they're not in your head, they're not in your skin. They didn't have your experience, they didn't write this. You should take into account the critique and the comments that they give you that will boost the clarity of your writing and also just the general story, if it moves it forward. But any kind of comments that are talking about having to rewrite or not so much rewrite as refocus the energy of your book, of your story, those are not valid. And you're the one who has to choose that.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Right. And that's the big difference between a criticism and a critique. Someone who's giving a good critique recognizes that and does not go over that line. They're going to stay with what's going to make the current storyline, the current book, the mission for that book to be on track. And they're not going to try and write their own version of that book.
Right. I love it. I like how you talk, because you just lay it out. You're so sweet and gentle. Like, it makes sense. So wise. Candy the wise.
Thank you.
So yeah, like I said, if you guys are just now watching or just now jumping on and you're watching a replay, make sure you hashtag replay for us and let us know. And then also, if you guys have author friends who have questions, and please share this out. And, even though the live might end, we also have this awesome website for you guys to go to called smartauthorseries.com. And you guys can submit your questions there, which we will answer live on either the next show or the next Q&A show, because we do the Q&A show once a month when we have a regular schedule. So yeah.
It's going to happen again, Delilah. I'm not going to let those hurricanes get us.
But yes, awesome. I think we're in a good space to move on to our next question that we received on the website.
I think so, absolutely.
Nice. Here we go. Here it is. Critique versus edit. And I like this question because, as you all know, I am working on my book called Undiscovered Author. And I haven't had anybody edit my book yet, but I've put my book cover out for everybody to see it. And in the process of putting my book cover out for everybody to see it, my book cover has been revised by several different people and sent to me. They're like, this is how it should be, and this is way better. And I'm like, oh gosh. So critique versus edit. Hit them off with that. Let's see. We can.
Okay, that's really, Delilah, that's a great example. It really is. That is just perfect. And some, that we talked about editing before, and I'm not going to go deep into those details of how you edit a book. But remember what we just talked about with critique. Critique is giving suggestions, and critique is always staying in line with what the intent is of the book, of whatever it is that you're communicating. When you edit, especially in the early stages, if you have someone who's doing a deep edit for you, that's the time when you're going to get strong suggestions to make big changes. A critique should never be suggestions for big changes, and a critique should never turn into an edit. If someone is looking at your cover and you've asked for your feedback, you don't want them to redesign it and send it to you. That's not what you do. You just don't. You can say, hey, you know what? I think this would be effective if you did this. And then Delilah, as the author or the designer, if you've got a designer doing your cover, you communicate there. And then either incorporate that suggestion or not. That's critique, and that's how it works. When you're talking about the language and someone writes back to you and says, this character that you have created and that you've lived with for however many months or years should now be a Black man instead of a white woman. Well, that's an edit. That's not a critique. And that is not up to you as the person delivering the critique. You could make that suggestion, but don't sit down and rewrite a chapter because you think that something should be done differently. That's editing, and that's only done by permission, specific permission from the author. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And everybody's going to have their own critique and their own view on your works. And, it's just a matter, because you're going to come to a time where it gets really hard because, you might get a lot of critique from people and opinions. But the thing at the end of the day, it's opinions. It's and what matters is this is your works. This is your creation. What do you want out of it? What do you want? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The message is yours to communicate, and in the end, the success or failure is yours as well. And I hate to use the word failure because I never think of it as a failure. You complete a book, it's a success. I don't care if anyone reads it or not. It's a success. But it's all on you as the author. So what do you do as an author? How do you tell people that you want to critique? Well, you start by making sure that they understand the guidelines. So when you send someone your book, you don't just say, "Oh, here it is. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think." Oh, are you opening up a can of worms there? Okay. You send them and you may not even send the whole book. You might just want to send them a chapter or two, just to see how they do first before you give them anything more than that. But you send it with guidelines. Okay, you say, "Listen, this is what I'm looking for here. I know there are typos. If you see something great, you can mark it. I know there are places that it's not maybe as clear as it could be. That's great. Don't rewrite it. Just mark it, and I'll take care of it." That's how you do that. You set up the guidelines and you say, I'm looking for feedback on this, and this. You don't just leave it wide open. You must, in order to be sure that you're getting the most effective critique back, have those guidelines in place. There's one more thing that I'll add here, and that is, if you haven't already done so, look for a book club. Now, I don't mean them necessarily a book club for reading, but a group of authors who write maybe not the same thing you do, but in the same frame. If you're a nonfiction writer, you probably don't want to go to a cozy mystery writer's book group. You won't find that much fun. Okay, but there are groups out there, online as well as in real life, and that's where you're going to find real people who really know how to critique, and they understand the difference between criticism, critique, and editing.
Right. Nice. So yeah, if you're now just now watching, go ahead. If you have a question, and leave it below for us. If you want to come on live with us right now, then you are more than welcome. Let me know below, and I will get you the link so that you can jump on and personally ask your questions to us live on air. All that. So yeah. And if you have friends, make sure you share out the broadcast to your friends and invite them to come on, and answer their questions. I know there's a lot of authors that do need help, and we are here to serve you guys as best we can. So here we go. All right. So I have another question.
Okay.
From the website for you. And this question is good. I like how all these are synonymous between in the same genre here, but
yeah, we kind of pooled them together so we could have a good show for you.
Yeah. But how do you get reviews, and do I pay someone?
That's a really good one.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I want you to answer this one, but let me add in here. Do you really need reviews, Delilah?
Yes. You need reviews. You need reviews to rank on Amazon. You need reviews as social proof that your book is good. Any good business has a review. And like I said, we're looking at your book as a business overall, right? And reviews are a must. On your book landing pages or your sales pages for your book, you have, it's best to always have reviews on them and have them visible so that people can see them. If you decided that you're not going to sell on Amazon and you're going to strictly sell your book and keep 100% profits on your website, then yes, you're going to want to have reviews. And, people might think like, hey, I don't usually read the reviews, but the thing is, a ton of other people do read the reviews and watch the reviews. And video reviews are awesome, especially if you get somebody to hold up your book and say, I read this and I learned X, Y, and Z, and it was great. And, if it's on a video content, it reaches out faster so you can use it in your social media. Video is you upload the video, Facebook's going to throw it out farther than just posting on the regular. So you guys review, get somebody to give you reviews, # support your author by leaving a review of your favorite books or books that you have read. Even if, like I said, if you're leaving a review and you had a critique or an opinion, then yeah, as long as something's on there, it's great.
Absolutely.
An honest review. Now, my thing is though, how do you feel about authors leaving reviews for themselves?
Oh, I think that's a big no.
Me too.
It comes across as
because I've seen that happen where authors will go on their own Amazon page and leave themselves a review. And it's like, they don't even think to change their name on it. And it's like, why would you leave yourself a review? It's not going to help anything. It'll make you look ingenuine, We know that you like your book. And yeah, so go ahead and I think you was going to say something that I interrupted you.
No, that's okay. I can hear the kids in the background. That's okay. No, I was just going to ask you a question about reviews. What's the difference between, it came to mind when you talked about doing the video review, which I agree with you is awesome. It's the best way to do it if you can get them. And you can leave as many videos as you want on your Author Central page for Amazon, which is awesome. And but you're limited to, well, we'll talk about that another day. My question is, what's the difference between a book trailer and a review?
Right. So a review is where you have your reader is on camera and they're leaving you, saying, this is the best book I read, X, Y, and Z, and I love them. You guys got to read this book too. Versus a book trailer, which is a basic description of what your story is about that follows what's going on. So those are two different things. And, on your Amazon profile, you can add as many videos as you want too. So,
yeah.
And they
really
do help. They do help. It beefs up your online image and your visibility for sure. Making sure that you use video on Amazon in your Amazon review. So if you can get your readers to just say, hey, this was an awesome book and I liked it for XYZ reason, and all that, it's going to definitely impact your reviews, because there's not a lot of, to be honest, there's not a lot of authors taking advantage of the video option on Amazon. And if you look at the authors who are, you're going to see a drastic difference in the amount of readership that they have.
It does make a difference. It really does. And you're right, it's undervalued by authors.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, you get, just give it 4 or 5 people to go live or do a 3-second video for you. It's really easy. People will do it.
Absolutely. It's so easy with cell phones now.
Yeah.
So what about paying for a review though?
See, that gets kind of, because then that's a biased, review because they're paid to do it. But it would really depend on is paying for that review. But I would say, no. I would say no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And faking your reviews is not going to make you any more better than the other. What I would say is Sean Douglas had mentioned something the other day. His name is Sean Douglas. And he said that if, you create a group or a Facebook group, right? And you bring in at least 100 people on your group, right? So while you're writing your book, you're going to source 100 people who said, hey, I will read your book and I will submit a review, right? On your launch day, you have your book at a decent price, not like super cheap, but enough so that you can sell a great number of books and you'll have those 100 people in a group who've already said, yes, I'll buy the book. And you can have it available for 99 cents, right? Who can afford 99 cents? They'll purchase your book, those 100 people, and then encourage, go back in the group like, hey, let me know when you're done reading the book and make sure you guys leave a review. And then you guys can do it that way. And on that launch day, you'll make X amount of sales and I'll put you into the bestseller list.
Yes.
Right.
That's a great strategy and one that, both of us have used multiple times for ourselves and our clients. Absolutely. So, but the thing about a paid review, and I think this is still true, is that if it's found out that you are buying reviews, those reviews will be taken down. Amazon won't accept a paid review if they know it's paid. Am I right about that? That's what I remember. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, they've made it. I actually have a review for review group that I started a long time ago. And, you can have, I don't see anything wrong with a review for review, but I wouldn't take it as far as, reviewing a bunch of authors' works on Amazon and then getting in trouble for it. No. I would review the book and leave the review in the group or wherever you're, directly to the author. And then, if it's a valid review and it's really, what you want to do, then definitely, take it over to Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. I know I've done a trade with specific authors, and I will read their book and they will read mine. And then that is agreed to read a review. And I'm very selective though, because I do want to make sure I leave a good review.
Right.
Well, I'm careful who I ask, and I want to get a good review, so I'm careful who I ask. But I think that's a great solution, and work. Now, how many reviews should you have for a book?
I would say 30 plus would be a good number. 30 is a great number. Because that's where Amazon's going to start ranking you. Our algorithm's going to say, yeah, this is a popular book. It has X amount of reviews within this certain time frame. I mean, you're just fulfilling the algorithm needs, for the system to say like, hey, you're a bestseller. Hey, you're a feature. What is that one that called? You're an author who is at this moment trending. So.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're a trending
author, but you're right. I think it's trending. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a trending author. So yeah. And it's all about being strategic and feeding that machine at the right time. Same with Facebook and all these other social media channels that are online. It's about feeding the machine at the right time and figuring that out and being persistent with it.
Well, and also having a plan in place to get this all done ahead of time.
Yep.
You have to. You don't launch a book and then go build your group.
Exactly. Oh my God! Don't get me started with that.
Okay, that's a different day.
I'm like, if you're at book conception or you're just getting started with your book, please start thinking about marketing. Because after you pay Candy and after you pay everybody else to get your book up and running, you have to market the book and you need a fan base.
Yes.
Sell to. So if you're not building a fan base beforehand, you're not going to, when your book is finished and you're like, okay, guys, my book is ready and I got the proof copy in my hand and it's flipping awesome. And guess what's going to happen? nobody's going to be there because that you didn't do any marketing or anything before.
That's right. And the thing is that fan base is exactly where your reviews are going to come from. So you're not going to get the reviews even if you and you know, if there are no sales, Amazon isn't going to believe the reviews. Duh. So.
Right. That's always best. You know, if you're going to use Amazon, have somebody purchase the book, have somebody who purchased the book leave a review.
Yes. And they are marked. Verified reader
yes.
is marked, and they are ranked higher in the algorithm.
Right. And then if you're going to swap reviews with somebody, make sure they've purchased your book and you've purchased theirs. That's only right.
Yes.
Only right. So, yeah. Well, we've been on for about 30 minutes or so here.
I think we're probably pretty good. We've covered our topic well. I'm pleased. How about you?
I'm good. And I think we've been through all of our questions on the website. It's kind of Thursday, but you know, everybody's probably working. I get it. But you guys, every Thursday we do this for you. And if you guys do have questions, there's always smartauthorseries.com. You guys can go there. You can leave your questions and we'll either answer them on our next show or we will answer them on Q&A Day, which occurs once a month. I also wanted to invite those book experts or experts at anything in regards to books to go ahead and contact us to let us know if you're interested on being on our panel. We have been trying to grow a panel. Well, the thing is, we're going to put more effort into growing our panel over the next month or so.
We did get sidetracked on that.
Yes.
So we're still taking applications to join us on our broadcast once a month.
Yes. So if you would like to be on our panel, definitely hit up the website below and smartauthorseries.com. Tell us you want to be on a panel. If you're an author or aspiring author and you are in need of help, don't struggle alone. I have a consultation, and Candy on this side of me has a consultation as well. Take advantage of it because you never know what you might learn. And I guarantee that it's not a waste of your time.
No.
Guarantee.
Absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. And Candy, she is one. I'm gonna shout you out here, Candy. She is one of the best book coaches that I know. Look, I can't get my fingers right. She's one of the best book coaches that I know. And anybody who works with me and they start talking about what is it called? Publishing, blah, blah, blah. I send them Candy's way because she is the worst and you need to talk to about all of that. And she is the person I consult as I can. I try not to take advantage of them, but as I can in regards to anything that has to do with publishing. Okay. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out
to you. Marketing side.
Love Candy. I love you, Candy. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm ready. Did you have anything else for them today?
I don't think there's going to be plenty coming up, and I think we're good. Just get out there and check out our web pages and start and talk to us. Come talk to us in the websites. Nice,
awesome. So with that being said, you guys, smartauthorseries.com, come and visit us. If you make sure you share and comment and all that stuff for this video so we can help more people. The more people we can serve, the better it is for everybody in return. So I want to say farewell, ciao, and thank you guys for joining us today. Bye. One moment.